Hey everyone. Actually, I wasn't supposed to bring my guest in yet, but it's Tuesday. This is live. These things happen. Anyway, welcome everybody to another segment of Unapologetically Me with who else? Your host, Felicia Shankin. We got a great show today. I tell you guys that every Tuesday, but we do. My guests are awesome. I don't bring anything but awesome guests on today. But my guest today is one of my tribe members. I love the social media thing, this whole social media thing. I thought I knew a lot about social media. I found out that I didn't. But before we get started, I just want to remind everyone, if you would like to ask questions of Aliya, or if you would like to ask questions of me, or just even comments, please put them on our Unapologetically Me page on Facebook, or you can go to our YouTube channel, which is the Philadelphia Women's Network Connection, and you can ask questions from there. So this has been a great weekend. I'm still trying to get caught up. You know, my husband and I had the opportunity to go out of town for a little bit. We went to a fabulous, and I mean fabulous, wedding this weekend. It was really nice. We had a great time. We needed that little getaway, and now I'm back and I'm trying to get caught up and get back into things. So for those of you that are joining us today, welcome. Good afternoon to all of you. So I am about to bring on a woman who, you know, I always tell you guys about the power of networking and also the power of LinkedIn. So Aliya and I met on LinkedIn, but we'll talk a little more about that story when I introduce her. So everyone, without further ado, please help me welcome Aliya Hammond into the studio. Hi, Aliya.
Hey, Felicia. Hey, everyone. I am so excited to be here with you guys. This is definitely going to be fun.
Yes, I know. I just love, I love my guests. I love doing these shows. I love talking to everyone. So Miss Aliya Hammond, first of all, let's talk a little bit about networking, LinkedIn, and how did you and I meet?
Okay, so Felicia and I met a couple of years ago when I posted something on LinkedIn. I can't remember what event I attended, but she actually commented on my post. And so I went through my posts, you know, for anybody who might have engaged with my post, whether it be a like or a comment, you know, and I just reached out to her because she and I were not connected. I reached out to her and just said, hey, I'd love to connect with you. Thank you so much for engaging with my post. And then that's kind of how we hit it off. You know, next thing you know, Felicia was asking me to, you know, do a training for her. And one thing led to another. And we've been, you know, doing things together ever since.
Yes, that is so true. We met on LinkedIn, and I tell people, especially if you're in business, if you have a small business, and welcome to everyone that's coming in. Again, if you want to say hello to Aliya or me, please go to our Unapologetically Me page on Facebook, or you can go to our YouTube channel, Philadelphia Women's Network Connection. But it's funny because I tell people, you know, I am very anal about a lot of things, and Aliya has found that out. You know, and one of the things I'm anal about is definitely social media, getting social media marketing and putting yourself out there. And there's only two people that I really go to for social media needs. Aliya is definitely one of them. Also, we had our website updated this year, which you did a beautiful job. It reflected me, it reflected the colors, it reflected everything that I wanted. So tell me, first of all, let's go back. Founder and CEO of Aliya Hammond Consulting. Before Aliya Hammond Consulting and getting into that whole social media realm and everything like that, what were you doing and what made you want to get into this?
So prior to being in the world of social media, my background is interior design. I specialized in corporate design for a number of years in New York. It was what I was practicing, what I was doing. I was also teaching at two universities in New Jersey and also in Pennsylvania. And then I had my kids and I was home. And then one day I woke up and I was like, oh boy, you know, I better figure out what I want to do, because in a second, my youngest daughter is going to be starting school and I'm going to be home and broke with nothing to do. So, so I figured, okay, well, I'll just start an interior design practice out here in the Philadelphia area. But one of the things that I found was that I was having trouble picking up clients. And the reason I was having trouble picking up clients is because I didn't have the same connections in the Philly area as I did in New York. And also, I was trying to start my business at the same time that the economy crashed. So I was trying to find a way for me to supplement my income while building the design practice. And I stumbled into virtual assisting, which then led me into social media. And that's how I got into it. And I found that people were actually, throwing money at me to, manage their social media. So I said, I'm not making any money on this, but I'm making some money on that. So let me just focus on, the social media piece. And that's really how I got into it.
Wow, wow. It's amazing because, during this pandemic, I can't tell you how many people started businesses from a hobby or just one day decided, heck, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to do something that's more fun, more engaging. Now, I wouldn't call entrepreneurship fun, but do something that they really want to do to spend more time with their family or whatever it is that they want to do. But I know that you are in high demand. Like you said, I might as well just put you on my payroll because I think every time I turn around, Aliya Hammond's name is on something that I'm paying for. So, you are in demand. You have done a lot of trainings, not only for PWNC, but you have done a lot of trainings for different organizations. If you want to name drop a little bit, who have you done some trainings for?
I've done trainings for the Community College of Philadelphia. I've also done trainings for Cheney University. And, every now and then I get to sit in on a wonderful panel for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 small businesses as well.
Wow. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You are definitely a busy person. What I love about Aliya, like I said, in the beginning, we were talking about me being a little anal about things, which I am. Some people would tell you, especially my husband, I'll spend a half an hour on Canva doing one post because I do a lot of my own graphics, which So
Mhm.
I will spend almost a half an hour on Canva doing a post because I am that anal. It has to be lined up a certain way. It has to look a certain way. The colors have to work and different things like that. What I love about our relationship, Aliya, is that you are a no nonsense person. And I love that. You're like, listen, get to the point. What is it that you want? Let me know and I can do it. Another thing I like about you is you don't take my crap. Because you know me, I like to try to be an octopus and have my hands in everything. And you'll be like, listen, I'm not texting her. I'm gonna call you. Can you have a minute so I can call you? And then, you slap me on my hands like a little child. And then, I end up saying, okay, Aliya, I apologize. And then,
Well, honestly, if we're trying to work together and trying to get the job done. We always want to make sure that, our clients are happy and that we're providing an excellent service for you.
Mhm.
If we can find ways, to do things quickly and more efficiently for you, absolutely, we're going to share that information with you. And as far as, trying to do everything yourself, you
Mhm.
definitely know you can't do everything yourself. Sometimes you got to let stuff go. And, I am definitely like you in terms of like, I like to be, in the details of stuff, but then I have to remind myself, Leah, don't get bogged down in the weeds because, being that you have a design background, you could really get stuck, like, creating something when
Right.
really it would probably be better if you just gave this to one of your team members and let them do it. And then you can provide them with feedback so we can move the process along.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I'm learning. I'm learning, that I can't micromanage. I'm learning that I can't do everything. And that, you sometimes you have to release the reins, especially
Yep.
if you're paying. You got to release the reins. It's so funny. When I don't know if you know or not, you probably do because you do read our newsletters, but when we were contacted by US Today asking to be in the Black History February edition, they have a team that can do your artwork for you.
Mhm.
So they send the dimensions as far as your artwork. Do you want us to do it or are you going to do it? I did it. And Paul was like, oh boy. And I was like, no, I want to do it because I know what I want. I know what I want it to look like. So what I did is I ended up sending them two and they picked one that they like and everything like that. But getting back to you now. So tell us some of the trainings that you do. And I would say that is most popular that are in demand now.
So I offer a variety of trainings on social media. Social media strategy is always one that people need because a lot of times people jump into social media and they don't really have a plan, going forward. So that's one that people ask me for quite a bit. Instagram is really hot right now, so people are always asking me for trainings on Instagram. So we do that. LinkedIn is also another great space where we've been providing trainings as well, and as well as Facebook. So, I offer a variety of trainings. I have some things that are, my pretty much my standard that people like keep asking me for over and over. So, we'll go ahead and, provide those trainings for them. And if there's something specific that people are looking for, then, I'll go ahead and, create that as well.
Right, right, which is awesome because you do a lot of things. Not only do you do training for Instagram, you do training for Facebook, how to set up Facebook ads, you
Mhm.
do LinkedIn training. You pretty much do it all. And you said right now that Instagram is the hot thing. What is who are the demographics right now on Instagram?
Well, Instagram typically has a younger demographic. I would say, the millennial generation is definitely big there. You have Gen Zs, and then, our generation, which would be Gen X, we're starting to get there.
Mhm.
But definitely it has a much younger demographic. But, also there are a lot of really neat features, on Instagram that have been released over the last, 2 months. And a lot of these features that have been released are primarily because Facebook is trying to, capitalize on, or Facebook is really trying to compete, with TikTok because they don't want to lose users, uh,
Right.
over there. So they're really trying to get the younger people to stay on the platform. So they created Reels. They've also added stickers to the story. They're really trying to make it more of a video platform. So there's a lot of new things that, have happened over there. And sometimes it's hard to keep up, because everything is happening at breakneck speed.
Yeah, but you know what? But I have to applaud you because you do keep up. I mean, I read your newsletters as well. We both were talking before we got on here about how busy how busy we are and when we do get the time to like read stuff. But I what I like is in your newsletters you always let us know when there's something new happening, whether Facebook changed their algorithms or with the reels with Instagram. Now this whole TikTok thing. Okay, let's talk about this TikTok thing. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I signed up for TikTok. I haven't done anything on it. I don't know if my demographics are there. However, I did do a webinar uh, that a baby boomer, believe it or not, taught, who's saying that there's a lot of baby boomers that's on TikTok. Now, I had the assumption that TikTok was, the Gen X's, Gen Z's, the millennials, and different things like that. Am I wrong?
So here's the thing. It doesn't surprise me that there would be a boomer on TikTok
Mhm.
because, boomers want to keep up with their children and their grandchildren. So therefore you have to meet them, where they are. I
Mhm.
mean, my mom, she sent me a Facebook friend request. And I was like, why is my mom sending me a Facebook friend request? She's like, because you don't send me any pictures of the girls. She's like, I know you're on Facebook, so I know I can see what's going on. And she'll say, oh, you look so pretty in that dress. Oh, yeah, that looked like it was a nice event. so, you know, so that's why you'll probably find, some boomers over there because they want to keep up with their children and grandchildren. Um,
Right.
and as far as like, TikTok goes, TikTok is a wonderful platform. My kids use it. I'm not currently using it for any of my clients because none of my clients are on there. Their audience is not on there. And so therefore, it doesn't make sense for them to be on there, on that platform, because they're really trying to cater more towards adults and not a younger audience.
Right, right. I figured that. It's funny you said that because when I was doing a training for Temple last month, I was doing video marketing.
Mhm.
And one of the questions was about TikTok. And I said to them, I said, I'm sorry, my demographics, my tribe is not there on TikTok. So I don't know really anything about TikTok. I'm sorry. But it seems easy enough to do, but I know when I met you and we were going over my social media stuff, one of the things you said to me is it's not important to be on everything. You want to master one or two things where your followings. Now, right now, my hugest followings are on Facebook and LinkedIn. So those I pretty much feel I mastered. Right now I'm building up our YouTube channel. Instagram is okay, but Instagram is something that you have to interact with every day. because if you don't, then you start losing followers and different things like that. So if you had to tell us, pretty much, you'll probably say the same thing I just said, but if you had to tell someone that was new, that had a small business or getting into this, to pick a platform to start working with to get their message, their video marketing message, or their social media presence, or even digital presence out there, what would you start them off with and why?
Well, first, I would have them, ask themselves a question, what is your overall goal and your objective for social media? What are you trying to accomplish? Then, I would say, okay, well, now that you know what your goal and objective is, who is it that you're targeting on social media? You need to really
Right.
create, that avatar, who is the person that you're targeting on social media so that you can get a better idea of what platforms they hang out on, because each of the social media networks have different demographics. And like I always say, not every person is going to be on every single platform. So you have to really be strategic. You don't need to be on every platform because you're going to spread yourself out too thin. So really, work with the platforms where you find that that's where your audience is hanging out. So like you said, you find that you're doing really well on Facebook. So then that's a great place for you to be. You're
Mhm.
also finding that you're doing really well on LinkedIn. And so you're spending your time cultivating, your connections there on LinkedIn as well. But you're finding that Instagram is fun, it's great, but you have to spend a little bit more time there and you got to post more. And Instagram is very different, than some of the other platforms, because it really is about, creating that content, but also creating, a community space and really, connecting with people over there. So you have to
Right.
look at, your time and, where your audience is hanging out, and really just trying to figure out where you need to be. For myself, LinkedIn is definitely the place where most of my business comes from. So I spend a lot more time on LinkedIn. I'm
Mhm.
also on Instagram, and I like Instagram because it's fun. I am looking to develop the platform more, to
Mhm.
really try to connect and, create my community over there. Facebook, it doesn't necessarily work well for me in terms of like having a Facebook business page, but on my
Mhm.
personal profile, I've got kind of a hodgepodge of, connections. I have business connections on Facebook as well as my church family. I've got my family, folks I've known from high school. So it's kind of like a mix, in
Right.
between. And so every now and then I still post, some business stuff there, because sometimes people just don't realize what I do. And then all of a sudden they, call me up and say, hey, Aliya, I need somebody to do XYZ. So
Right. 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 That is so true. That's so true. Well, tell your mom if she wants to get in contact with you there, that's where she needs to be, on LinkedIn, not on
yes.
Facebook.
yes. Yes.
That's where she needs to get you. But I love LinkedIn. I always tell people LinkedIn is, if you have a small business, you really want to do networking and connect, LinkedIn is the place to be. Only because the people on LinkedIn are already business people. They get it. You don't have to sell to them hard. They're looking for connections just like you are. They're looking for collaborations just like you are. Look at you and I. We met a couple of years ago and we've been working together ever since, and we're going to
Yep.
continue that relationship.
And
Um,
it's when you're on LinkedIn, it's not, about the sale. It really is about, making that connection with people, because, you and I just connected. We
right.
didn't talk about, selling or hey, have me on as like a guest or whatever. It was just, hey, thanks for connecting. And then we just, had those conversations, which then led to, by the way, would you like to, be a guest, trainer for me? And then that's really how it happened. And that's really the way a lot of things happen. And I
Mhm,
always stress to people that, you should be active on LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is probably the least engaged social media network of all of the networks.
mhm,
People are on LinkedIn, and we have the LinkedIn lurkers who just kind of scroll, but they
mhm.
won't like a post, they won't comment, they won't
Right.
share. Then all of a sudden, they're in your inbox, sending you a direct message, for business. And it's like, I didn't even know you knew what I did.
Mhm.
Oh, I've been watching you all this time. I'm like, you have? Well, how come you couldn't like a post or, something, leave a comment, let a sister know that, that you see what I was doing.
Right, right.
So don't sleep on LinkedIn, folks. It really is a great platform for business.
You know what? It's funny you say that, because that's how I got invited to USA Today. A gentleman on LinkedIn reached out to me. He friended me, reached out to me, asked me would I be interested. And I said to him, I said, I want to ask you a question. I was like, how did you find me? And he was like, well, I can't take the credit. It was my team that did the research and your name came up. I don't know how they do these things, but they do. And I was like, okay. So I have met some significant
Mhm.
people and connections on LinkedIn that I have done business with, collaborated with. And the beauty of it is digital marketing. Again, you can be here in Philadelphia. I mean, I spoke to people in London, India, Mexico, Spain. And that's the beauty of having that social media presence and being out there. And then I tell people, if you're not on social media doing something, people don't know about you. Let us know,
Mhm.
Aliya, and you're definitely the person to let us know how important it is to have a digital media presence.
It is incredibly important in this day and age to have, an online presence. If 2020 COVID, really didn't show you anything, you really saw the importance of, having that social media presence, because when you have that online presence, you still are able to connect with your clients and your customers. You know, if you are someone who's looking to get started, social media is a free tool for the most part, where you can just create your own persona. You can promote yourself and really set yourself up as the expert in your field or whatever it is you're doing. And it is really a great way for people to find you and really kind of get to know you.
Mhm.
So if you don't have an online presence now, you're really hurting yourself if you are trying to grow, because people really want to know more about you and the services that you provide. When somebody says, oh, they're reaching out to you, the first thing you want to do is you want to research them online. And what do? You go and check out, their social media presence. Then you may go to their website and say, oh, okay, so this is what you do, this is what you're about. You want to do all of your recon first. So you definitely have to make sure that you have that presence. It's incredibly important.
And you know what? I'm glad you said that, because I know with a lot of grants, when you're applying for grants and
Hmm.
scholarships and different things like that, they will ask you for
Yes,
your social media handles.
they
And
do.
I'm assuming they're doing that because they're saying, well, if we're going to give you this money, we want you to let everybody know that we're giving you this money and we're in the money giving business. That
Hmm.
generates business for them. And if they go on and see that you don't have a social media presence, they were like, well, who are you? Who is your audience? Who are the
Hmm.
people that you're talking to? Who are we going to be talking to? So you're so right. So believe it or not, we already at 12:53. If you can believe that. I told you this
Time
happened.
went fast. It
I
definitely
know
did.
it goes by fast. But before I start making announcements and we start wrapping up, I noticed more and more that you started talking about Pinterest. Now we have a Pinterest board for our travel, which did very well. We haven't done one for PWNC, but I noticed that more and more people are doing Pinterest. How important is Pinterest now in this social media world?
So Pinterest has always been pretty important, and after Facebook, Pinterest is really a fantastic way to get traffic to your website. If people see an item that's pinned on Pinterest, there is a direct click through to Pinterest, and they may also make that purchase. It's been around for a while. The reason I started talking about Pinterest now is because someone asked me at the beginning of the year to write some blogs on Pinterest. And so I was trying to figure out when or where we could fit it in, and I thought that the holiday time would be like a really good time for Pinterest because of the nature of the platform, and thinking holidays and shopping and things of that nature. But it really is a fantastic platform to use. It may not necessarily be right for every single business, but you have to kind of determine whether or not it is right for you. I do have a Pinterest account, and I was really, into it at one point where, I was pinning all kinds of stuff that were related to social media, and maybe I'll pick that up again, when I get some more time. But it's really a fantastic platform to use if you have products that you are trying to sell, and to really connect with your audience and hopefully get those click throughs and sales.
You know what? You were talking about time. Aliya, you and I both need to be cloned. We know that. Let's just keep it real. You
Yep.
know, we need to be cloned. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough staff. We don't have enough everything to do everything that it is that we want to do. So not only do you do social media, but you do blogging. Like I said, Aliya, guys, go to phillywnc.org and check out our beautiful website that Aliya and her team did the beginning of this year, around about April. What I loved about what you and your team did with our website is you captured, I would say, my personality and my spirit. I came to you and I said, I want a website. I want beautiful ice cream colors. I want it to be very friendly, very, because we are a women organization. I wanted it to be nice, but I also wanted it to be professional. And you guys just recently did our foundation page. Of course, I had to go in there and play around a little bit too, but it's beautiful what you guys did. So besides the blogging, let me see, the training, the teaching, the website, what other services does Aliya Hammond Consulting offer?
So primarily, we offer social media management and marketing services for small and large businesses, entrepreneurs, executives, and nonprofit organizations. And we also do social media training and coaching, blog writing, graphic design, and website development services. So we kind of offer a bit of everything that you need within that space, and we have a wonderful team of people that work to help provide some of the different services that we offer. And the folks that work with me have been with me since just about the beginning, from when I started my business, and we all work really well together, and our goal is always to provide excellent service to our clients.
Yes, and that is something that you definitely, definitely do. Because you guys take care of my website, you take care of me, even though I know I'm a pain in the butt sometimes.
You are not. Listen, your website was a lot of fun to do. You sent over the logo and, the hex color numbers, and then we just kind of took it from there. And, my web developer and I, we talked about this and we said, well, let's do something a little bit different, with your website, where instead of having a top navigation, we were going to have a left side navigation. Let's, really have larger images on the website and just really make it fun. And the neat thing with working with you, Felicia, is you are very handy. So
Mhm.
you already know how to kind of get in that back end and do a couple of things. And then, when you get stuck, you're just like, this is over my head. I need help. And you ask for help. You don't stay there and keep, fooling around and then mess something up.
Mhm.
So you're just like, listen, I can't do it, or I don't have the time. Can y'all please help me? And we're right there for you.
I know, yes, you are, because let me tell you, there's some days now, if it's putting up a picture or putting up my own blog or something like
It's
that,
easy
or
enough to do. Yeah.
yeah, but when you start building pages and adding stuff, I'm like, listen, Aliya, where's Nancy? I need help. I need help. But and I have her website down there, aliyahammond.com. Make sure that you guys go on her website, look at some of the different types of websites that her organization has done. What I love about the reason why I went with you was because of the diversity of different details and different things. Like you said, instead of having the navigation at top, like everybody's website, you have it to the left, which is kind of like out of the way, and everything, the colors just, they just come together. And I told you when you guys built the website that I was very, very happy, and I'm still happy. I love it. I get compliments on it all the time. People's like, who did your website? So I'm referring you out, Aliya,
And
like,
girl
oh,
child, we appreciate it. I appreciate it, more than you know.
well, thank
And
you.
it was fun working on your website, and it was really a pleasure, working with you. Even, working with you doing the trainings for social media for PWNC.
Mhm.
Really enjoyed doing all of those things with you. And I'm just so, appreciative and just, thankful for the relationship that we have together just over like meeting,
Right.
online. And I've met some really fantastic,
Mhm.
business connections online. So
Yes, yes. Well, not only are you my go-to social media person, but you and I developed a friendship. And
yes.
and that's what I love, and that's what it's all about. Working with the people that can work with you and develop a friendship, because that's what it is. It's all not always about work, 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 and we're all working towards that common goal. But what things does Aliya Hammond Consulting have coming up? What type of events do you have coming up?
So right now, We actually just finished up, or I just finished up my social media coaching program, which happened in the fall,
Mhm.
and I will be relaunching it again in the spring. So everybody will have to just kind of keep an eye out on that. If you want to find out more about the social media coaching program coming up, you can always visit my website and send me fill out my contact form and send me some information, and I'll add your information to our list so you can be notified when it's live again. But I will
Mhm.
tell you that, the students that enrolled in the program, it was a 6-week program and they really loved it. And there were some real tangible takeaways that they were able to get from being in the program. And one of them was, okay, now you're going to have to schedule your content. You have content. We've developed this content over this week. Now you're going to schedule it, and it's going to be published. And you're no longer going to be like, scrambling for time, to
Mhm.
get that content out there and up there. You're going to be thinking ahead and getting the work done and doing your content batching, on those specific days or times that you've set aside.
Wonderful. Well, what I'm going to do, everyone, is when we finish the broadcast, I haven't seen too many comments today. I know people are here, but I haven't seen too many comments. So I don't think they're on the right page. So I'm probably going to see a whole bunch on my Facebook page. But I gave you guys the website. Make sure that you connect with Aliya. She's awesome. She will work with you with whatever it is that you want. She will give you what you want, and actually talk to her about doing some training for your organization. She's great at what she does. I am so glad and honored and blessed that you are a part of our tribe and team. So now that we have you, we're definitely not letting you go anywhere. You know that, right?
Thank you, Felicia. And girlfriend, I would not want to go anywhere.
You
Okay.
know that's right. You know that's
Yeah.
right. Because in a couple years, when I have built this company, this organization to a multi-million-dollar organization, I'm going to need you. I'm going to
Yes.
need you. So
Yes. And,
definitely.
folks, let me tell you, I have been watching Felicia over the years, and there has been so much incredible growth,
Yeah.
with PWNC. I mean, just, Felicia had like a goal and a plan, in terms of like what she wanted to do, with her business. And, honestly, for all of us, if we all have a goal and a plan, what you want to do with your business, and you're making those smart goals, and you keep working at it and not getting discouraged, and following up, your business will absolutely flourish. And I've seen that, with Felicia over the last couple of years. So I'm excited for all of the wonderful things that are coming up for you.
Thank you. It's consistency. Everybody
Hmm.
I talk to tells me the same thing. They said, Felicia, you're consistent.
Yep.
That's one thing I can say about you. And someone told me that I had joined in with a business before. They were like, listen, the perseverance will get you there, but consistency will keep you there. So,
Yes.
yes.
Absolutely. And it's the same thing with social media. I tell people that all the time. If you want to see results, you got to be consistent. If you don't, if nothing is happening, it's because you are not being consistent. So if you want to grow in your business, be consistent.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. So I'm going to make a couple announcements, and then we are going to get going. So the first announcement I want to make, for those of you who do not know Carolyn Wilson, who is now a film director, international speaker, television, Mago, everything. This woman has so much under her belt, it's not even funny. But anyway, she is having her 7th annual CYWC and Expo. So this is the 7th year of her having this. I remember when I went a couple years ago to the first one here in Philadelphia, when we were still doing, live events. It was amazing. This one is going to have 30 speakers. It's going to be 2 countries. It is free. It's going to be 2 days. It's going to be this Saturday and Sunday. The time is going to be from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am going to be doing my spiel. I am a part of this as well. I will be one of the spotlight speakers. I'm going to be doing my spiel on Sunday the 12th. I have to look at the time because I don't remember exactly what the time is. And that's a shame because I think I just got it yesterday and I should know, but I don't. Sorry. But you can go to cywc2021.eventbrite.com and you will be able to register for this free 2-day event. We also have a men's panel that is going to be talking about things that men don't talk about. that we feel that's important. So make sure you stop by. If you can't stay the whole day, make it, break it into pieces. I'm sure after the 2-day event is over, that Carolyn will be sending those that registered a copy of both days. So make sure you get registered for that. The next thing is I will be doing the end of the year this month, my last temple training for this year, Reach Customers Online with Google. That's going to be on December 16th, which is a Thursday, I believe. And the time of that is going to be 1:30 to 2:30. I try to get it around lunchtime so people are able to attend. And for those of you who are on Google, want to know how you can reach more clients, more customers, and different things like that, that is some of the things I'm going to be talking about. Again, I will put that link in the comments. Once the live is done, I will put Aliya's information in the comments so you guys can reach out to her and all that good stuff. So Aliya, I want to thank you for being on. As always, you're awesome. You know you're going to be hearing from me because we got to start preparing for events for next year.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me on. This was really a lot of fun and a wonderful pleasure. I'm so glad you asked me.
Yes, definitely. And I'm glad you could rearrange your schedule to come on. So hold on for a second, and I'm going to go say goodbye to my guest. Okay, everyone, like always, we had a great show today. This is just a small insight into the things that Aliya Hammond Consulting is doing in the organization, what she can do for your organization. If you are serious about building your business in 2022, I'm telling you, reach out to her. She's awesome. If you're a little afraid about social media, having that presence, what to do, how to get started, what platform to start on, or even if you're looking to update your website, snazzing it up, like I said, please go on to her onto her website, I'm sorry, aliyahammond.com, so you can see some of the things that she has done for clients in the past. I'm telling you, she's awesome. That's all I can say. You'll have to find that for herself. So everyone, thank you again for joining me. I appreciate you guys coming here every Tuesday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time to spend a little time with me and my guests to see what it is that they have to say and the different things that we talk about. So on that note, everyone stay safe. Have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next Tuesday at 12:30 Eastern Standard Time on Unapologetically Me. Bye, everybody. Take care.